A suit is one fashion item that every man needs to have in their wardrobe. But how you choose to wear one tells a lot about your fashion sense. Tonight, we go into the do's and don'ts of wearing a suit. Welcome to the show. My name is Rob. Well, tonight we'll go into segment one of the traditional suit. That is the navy blue, the gray, and the black. For the corporate guys out there, that's the lawyers, the doctors, the brokers, real estate managers, bank managers, always opt to go for the normal kind of watch. Avoid the smartwatch, the Apple Watches, Samsung, the digital ones, the G-Shocks. Oh, well, I love G-Shocks, but I'm not wearing one tonight because of that same rule. The smartwatch doesn't look elegant on a well-tailored suit, so opt for the usual one, silver, omega, cat geiger. Choose those options that won't give too much attention to your hand, because you want to stand out as a personality, you want to impress, you want to have that impression, and you have so many people looking up to you. Always opt for the normal watch, or they are very common with Rolex, they are very common with Omega, preferably silver or gold, not any other color. Well, talking about watches, of course, it falls under accessorizing the suit as well. Accessorizing should be very, very minimal for the kind of person that you are. If you want to go a little bit stylish, you can opt for a maximum of 2 rings, but you can't go all out like the youngins to have the 5 rings on your finger, to have bracelets, to have necklaces. You can go for a very simple necklace, very minimal detail, and a very simple watch, and maybe 1 or 2 rings. That is to do with accessorizing for the traditional guy, for the corporate world. Unlike the millennials, unlike the young people, the career guys, the career men out there watching the show tonight, you need to have a well-tailored suit. It has so much to do with confidence, and it has so much to do with the comfort. It is very, very important to be comfortable in what you're wearing. And as a suit, like I've told you guys, you're talking to people, you have subordinates under you. You don't want to be caught off guard with you trying to fix your suit in the walkway, you trying to fix your suit maybe in the lows. It will take a lot of your time, and when you're talking to people, it will take away all the confidence that you have, and you will fail on very many things. So always opt for a well-tailored suit. There are so many designers in Uganda that are actually making custom suits to fit your perfect size. We have our brothers who are a little bit on the plus size end. Normally, for the plus size guys, always opt for a double cut at the back of your blazer, at the back of your coat. It will give you a very good posture, and it will take away issues of self-confidence. You trying to fix your suit, and you'll actually look shabby if you go for a single cut. And for the slim guys, whatever you choose to do, the single cut or the double cut will work for you. But for the plus size guys, you only have one option: opt for the double cut. The commonest suits have always been the single cut in the middle of the back, and it makes you look very, very shabby as a plus size guy. So opt for the double cut. They are out there. Even when you're choosing to customize one, tell your designer to opt for the double cut if you're plus size, and any double cut or single if you're the slim guy. And double cuts are very common with the Asian, the British, the royal double-breasted coats. Double-breasted coats have always had the double cuts, but now things are shifting to even the single buttons to the double buttons, having double cuts to put into consideration body types of people, mostly the plus size guys. Well, one mistake that I've seen very common in Uganda is keeping the suit tags on. Tags normally be on the left sleeve, and I know it feels good to show up the kind of designer that you bought the suit from, but it is very wrong. A good suit will speak for itself. So these tags are meant to be removed, and you don't want to be called local, you don't want to be called ancient, you don't want to be called senseless when it comes to fashion by keeping these tags on. So get a seam ripper or a very sharp pair of scissors, and cut it off, please. Tweyambe, muyige, muteke munkola. So always cut the tags off and you still look good. If you are fashion forward, you've really noticed a fashion mistake that men do when it comes to suits. I'm seated, but I'm buttoning. Now, if you haven't noticed, this has to be off. It has to be like this. First of all, it is very comfortable to unbutton when you're seated, and it is culture. It is from the British culture. We've been taught by the princess, we've been taught by the queen that whenever you're sitting as a modern gentleman, you have to unbutton. And of course, once you button, you don't feel comfortable, you look for a sitting posture, and you'll fail on that. And when you choose to stand up, you can button. And of course, one last thing about suits, the mistakes that we do, I wouldn't call this a mistake, but you can choose to do away with it. The matchy, you have a necktie, you have a pocket square, and nowadays we have the masks as accessories as well. It is okay known to have the same color. Of course, I don't have a problem with it, but it looks like you over-tried. So you can choose to go with maybe a little bit of pop color on the pocket square, and choose to go a little bit low on the tie and the face mask. So of course, at NTV Style Project, we always want to dive into the trendy things when it comes to suits. And in this day and age of pop culture, in this day of age of entertainment, in this day and age of using fashion as something to express yourself. I've seen lots of musicians, I've seen Burna Boy, and he has always worn baggy suits to portray, I think it's even a PR stunt, to portray, I think he started it from his album, African Giant, and he chose to wear the baggy suits to portray the giant that he is. It has to do something with using fashion as a PR issue. Perception. We've had this show about fashion and music, and I'm very sure you guys who had that show remember me talking about using fashion as a way of expressing yourself musically as an artist. So the baggy pants of course are on, but be careful. This is for the people maybe in the entertainment industry, this is for fashionistas, and this is for people who love to experiment with what's trending, and also for the guys who love to take care of their bodies. Baggy pants don't normally look good with short people. Yeah, I'm sorry. You have to be a little bit built. Your body has to be well proportioned in order to look good with baggy pants and baggy coat. And of course, one other trending thing about suits is the choice of color. Like you see me tonight, I'm wearing peach because I'm expressive. I love to experiment, to express myself using what I wear, and I'm very comfortable experimenting with brighter colors, peach, pink, yellow, orange. They tend to look to look good with guys who are well built, and for the plus size guys, like I've always mentioned, always choose the darker versions. They make you look a little bit slimmer, but if you trust your body, go all in. And of course, in fashion, we choose to go with the flow of the world. We choose to go with what is working all around the world. Suits are moving away from the very skinny suits to comfortable. Well, my kind of suit tonight is comfortable, but it's not very skinny. I've seen so many guys wear pants and they can't even move. It is very wrong, and the world is shifting away from that. Go for well fitted doesn't mean tight. It is very important. I'll repeat that. Well fitted doesn't mean very tight. You'll have issues maybe sitting on a border. You'll have issues driving if you are in very tight pants. So always opt for just a fitting suit and you'll be good to go. And of course, talking about suits, there are so many kinds of suits. We have the double-breasted, we have the single button, we have the double button, and I'm still seeing the triple button. I don't know why they're still on the market, but it is okay. Now, double-breasted suits always opt to use one button. One button, you tie one button even if the suit has very many buttons, and always opt for the upper button. And then of course for the double button suit as well, upper button. never, and I repeat, never tie both buttons. And if you choose to tie one when you're standing, always opt for the upper button. Never tie the lower button. That is just how it is. Don't question me about that. Those are the fashion rules. Triple button suits, I don't want to talk about them, but I still see them. And I'll say one thing: you can tie the middle button, but you can also choose to do away with that coat. And like I've already said, guys, work out, have the body. It is very important for you to work out in order to look good in your clothes. So go to the gym, go to the sauna, have a very clear skin, invest in men's grooming, your beard, your hair, your skin, everything. And experiment. It is okay to experiment with all kinds of suit types, the double-breasted, the single, the double, the multicolored. It is still okay, but don't forget the body comes first. It's been real, and I'll say have a great sweet day.